Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel, and I'm your host for LT Productions. You are watching I Watch You Watch, and we are covering the Real Salt. I'm about to say the Real Salt Wives, but the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This is season 5, episode 14. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your support. Please do one thing extra for me. Please like this video. And also, if you are new to this channel, welcome. You can subscribe, hit that button also. And what you can do freely, you can leave your comments below. Let's get into this episode. I laughed, I cried, I did all the things. I had question marks over my head like they do on TV, you know. And I was like, okay. Anyways, I'm not gonna go in order. I just watched it, but it's not in my head like that, and I have to rush, unfortunately, today. I know Meredith and the family, they got together, and we're seeing that there is some development in the bath bombs that Meredith is wanting to display. She has these scents, and she's taking it all around. Brooks and also Chloe and Seth is there. Thank God he's here so that certain ones, shout out to Miss Bell's perspective, isn't saying that he's out with his other family. I guess he had time to stroll in here to sit with his other family today. No, but they're going over scents, and Mark says, or Brooks, I keep doing that. Brooks is saying that one of them smells like the Four Seasons. Brooks, now you know I'm team you. What does the Four Seasons smell like? I guess maybe 4C? I don't know, whatever. Or, well, she did say that she was going to try to find something woodsy, but whatever. Seth was like, look, it's good you talking about the bath bombs. Let's get back to this bat mitzvah. What went down? Meredith just says, you know, Brooks brought me over and said that Brittany's crying, and I went to see what was going on, and she said that she was slut-shamed by Angie, and I kicked her out. And I feel like that was hate as far as slut-shaming, and you come to a religious event doing that, and I wasn't in favor of that. With that reasoning, I understand. Do I feel like if it was anyone else other than Angie, I don't think that they would have got kicked out. Possibly Whitney, but I guess her and Whitney haven't been fighting for many episodes now, so I think her logic is cool. I think part of it was spirited that it was Angie whom she was not getting along with. Just to be fair, and you know I love Meredith. She won't admit that, but I could say by the end of the episode, things do take a turn as to what Meredith was feeling and all that good stuff. I don't know if Angie and Sean, I can't even remember, unfortunately, talked about the bat mitzvah, but we do know that Angie is in her confessional and she's crying or whatever. I don't know if she was crying for real. Just to be honest, it didn't seem like it's real, but I don't think that she wanted to be embarrassed like that in front of everyone, but whatever. I don't think that it was right for her to throw that coat. I'm sorry. I don't even like Brittany, but what? And you have, people aren't looking and not paying attention. You have this tendency to be aggressive. And we know during this trip, you are going to be aggressive. From what I saw from the trailer. If it still makes the cut, we'll see. But from that trailer, you have this way, like, lady, and it be, I think, for dramatic reasons, but it can be an overkill. I don't know if you're going to hurt somebody or not, but we're going to see. Now, the most emotional part of this episode, Mary, she comes by to see Angie. Now, Mary did all the proper things. She done knocked, she waited at the door, she opened the door, she called out to Angie. Angie still was not around, so then Mary said, well, let me just take a seat right here while I wait for her. Angie comes out into the open area, and she's still doing her thing, and Mary's just looking at her like, she really don't see me. So she finally announces herself to Angie, and of course she was surprised and all that good stuff. They have a good talk. They talk about the bat mitzvah, of course, and Mary opens up. I think it's a huge step for her. Can I just say this? And I'm just one that will be truthful. Like, I watched seasons 1 and 2 of Salt Lake City, and I always was like, y'all putting on extra as far as the fans on how great this show was. To me, it wasn't as great as y'all was putting on. Y'all act like Lisa Barlow was the best thing since ketchup. Like, oh, y'all only went up for Whitney because of her high voice and how she looks and her stripper pole. Y'all loved Jen Shaw, even though how aggressive and mean she was. It was a lot. I wasn't really too invested in Heather. I think we liked Heather season 1, but then after that, it was like, ugh. Especially when she was getting into that book that she was writing. I was like, it's okay, but it ain't all that. What was the line from Sister Act 2? It was good for what it was, but it wasn't all that. Something like that. I forgot what the girl said on Sister Act 2 when she was talking to Sister Mary Clarence. But yeah, y'all was putting too much on. I still stand by that. I don't care how y'all saying, oh, we just catching on. No, this show did not find its rhythm. And then really the show kind of like rested on this scandal or big thing, and I don't think it was able to thrive the way that it was. I mean, season 2, they talked about the arrest of Jen Shaw, but then y'all wanted to curtail it and talk about Mary being in a cult leader, and all this other stuff. It took a while for y'all to find your groove. Season 5, I think you found your groove. I think season 4 sparked something. It's like finally the engine is running, and now y'all are driving, y'all are cruising, and I think you have a great thing. And I think as long as this entourage doesn't get the big head, it could be wonderful for many great seasons. I think, I'll say this in another separate video. I think Atlanta hit pitfalls. They rested upon what happened in yesteryear and forgot that this is a collaboration and we needed to work together to make a great show. That's my opinion. So anyways, as I took that detour there, yeah, so Mary broke down and she told what was going on. And again, it's a miracle to see Mary open up to anyone in this group. We see Mary come from her closet. I'm ready to cry because it's like, I know what it's like to be in seclusion and not be able to trust people. So it's like, I'm watching Mary be secluded to her closet. Everybody calls her weird and all that. We don't know what goes on in this lady's life on a day-to-day basis and how she has to be. Because of some of the decisions she made. You know, she did marry her grandfather. I can't say that, or her step-grandfather. I can't say that it's not odd or whatever, but that was her decision she made. Y'all make fun of church folk. I get the negativity about it, and I also know the positivity about it. I'm not going to, and I can't disrespect anyone's decision on how they feel about church and all that. I grew up in church. I know all that. So I know the negative side, and I know that there's a positive side, and I'll leave it like that. But she was judged for that. I don't know what her life is, but for her to open up like a cocoon into this butterfly that we're seeing today is awesome. And how she's been able to trust Bravo. So, although I have my thoughts about Angie sometimes, Angie, you're the chosen one. And hopefully you count this as great honor and not mess it up. Don't get the producers to get you to betray her trust. Because I think if she is betrayed, she's going back in that closet. I mean, Mary's never opened up her home. We've never seen that. So, Mary broke down. She said what was wrong with Robert Jr. How she felt as a parent. She also was in her confessional like, look, I don't have anyone that I could talk to. I don't have a mom. I don't have grandparents. What can I do? But she knows if my son says that I need help, I'm there. I'm going to do what I can to help him. So, in a lot of ways, I just relate to how Mary is, or has been. And, again, Angie don't F it up. Angie was there for her, supported her, and all of that. I'm happy for that. Now it's time for Puerto Vallarta. I don't know if they win coach or first class. I don't know for sure. I didn't hear what it was, but whatever. It's a great trip. There's drinks and all of that. Lisa Barlow has a PowerPoint presentation. I think she really loves that. I ain't mad at it. Now, there's room assignments. There's 2 villas. Everyone has their own room. Stay very nice, very decked out. Is the word decked out? I'm gonna just say decked out. I think Browen, she has to stay with Whitney, Angie, and Brittany. How Lisa broke it down in her confessional as to why everyone is staying where they're staying is because of who's getting along with whom. Browen doesn't like it because I actually agree with Lisa at how she broke it down as to who needs to stay with whom. Browen doesn't like it. Oh, not Brittany. Brittany's staying with Lisa. But Browen is staying with the other folks. Mary's staying there when she gets there. Mary, she's going to make, she couldn't come down at first, but she's going to make it down. We see her in the next episode if you've seen the previews. She wants to be with the cool kids. I got to say it how it is, Browen. I've been rooting for you all season long. I did have my eye on you the first couple of episodes, and I let it go. Even though other people had turned against you about 2 episodes ago, I'm still there with you. Until today. I'm not exhausted of you, but the fact that you had... So, you are giving some pick-me, and I thought you could stand on your own. I don't know what all is going on with you. We did get flashbacks of you meeting with Lisa and John in regards to your own situation with your daughter. Maybe you are vulnerable right now and clinging towards Lisa is giving to us that it's a pick-me. So I will leave that room out there for you to think that, or to have that space. I think it's got to be explained a little bit more, but I think you are latching on to Lisa because you are opening up to her about personal stuff. And thought you would have been accommodated to be with the cool girls because she's going to be with Heather, she's going to be with Meredith, and she thought that that should be her spot and not Brittany. It's just, but still, I don't come up against what Lisa said. Lisa made perfect sense in how she assigned rooms. So Browen says, Brittany was like, well, I'm not switching rooms. And Brown was like, I don't want your room. I just want acknowledgement. I mean, I don't know, Brown. Like, you get your own room. I can't say I agree with you on this, Brown. Like, just take the rule. This one wasn't an argument, I don't think. Not in my opinion. Now, you with people that you screwed over recently, but they were your friend, you were being friendly with. Even though I didn't mind that you told on them. But y'all can make it work. I don't know, but it looks like you just want to be clung, if you could say clung, but you want to be latched on to Lisa. Whatever. So they're having this fighting argument. So then all of a sudden, Angie and Meredith, they need to talk. I mean, Angie just busts right on through. There's this bag that's sitting there with all this shampoo and all this crap, and Andrew was like, what is this for? Meredith said, well, I heard that you wanted everything that you ever gave me back, da-da-da-da-da, so I gave it back to you, da-da-da-da-da. At this point, Meredith and Angie are going back and forth. They're kind of, how they argue, use the same words against each other, use whatever they said against each other. It's kind of weird. Like, we can go there if we want to. If we want to go there, we can go there. Like, it's kind of that type of thing that they got going on. But anyways, after we were trying to figure out who slut shamed who first, Brown went down her timeline on when Angie started it, and when Brittany started it. Brittany's more Brown's more on Angie's side than Brittany, even though Angie really started it a couple episodes ago. But then Brittany, you still open yourself up for people to talk about you as to how you... I have no problem with somebody being sex positive or whatever you choose. If you want to be abstinent or whatever. I don't believe, Brittany, I don't believe that you are saving yourself for your next husband. I do believe that you would objectify yourself for a man. I mean, we just found out that Jared bought you crouchless panties, and you acting like you ain't sleeping with that man, or he's not expecting you to sleep with him. Now, maybe that's the problem why y'all keep breaking up, because you won't give in. I don't know. I don't know, but it's like, No. How much you want to chase up after a man, I don't believe that you are just wanting company. I'm sure you want the company, but look, you're going to have to exchange something. And I don't believe that in Utah, I don't believe that you're standing up for yourself and saying, no, we're not having sex. No. We can do all this. I don't believe that. Not with the Utah man mentality, not with the Mormon mentality, you know, so whatever. So finally, there was a resolve. Meredith said, you know, perhaps I don't have all the information, or perhaps I do. I hate that it ended this way for you. And finally, there is a resolve after 15 episodes between Meredith and Angie. It actually felt like it was genuine and they can actually move on, because there's always this residue that's always creeping in. So hopefully they can stay on the plain path. Next episode looks very good. I don't know why Lisa's trying to leave her own trip, but I guess we'll get into that next episode. Oh, Angie didn't feel like she was being, that's the thing. Angie doesn't feel like she was being defended, so she called out Lisa on that. Brown then joined in on that too, like, that's how I feel. But Angie, you did say some stuff. You do say some below the belt stuff. Acknowledge that. You are a reader and a good reader. You do take it low sometimes. But you act like when Lisa says, do you want a friend to worship you, or do you want them to tell you the truth? For some reason, you're able to take Mary's criticism or says, I don't think you should have done that. Like, we see you in the after show, but when Lisa does it, you can't respect that. I don't know. I mean, possibly because Mary said that to you on a more personal level. I don't know. But it's just like, Angie, you have said some very foul stuff. You act like people are going to be good with it. Sometimes the folk ask for it. And maybe you just take some things to hell. I don't know. But don't act like you're not saying this stuff. But that's all I do have. Thank you for joining with me. I know y'all saw the tears. Sorry, but I just really felt Mary in that moment. Leave your thoughts below. Please like, also subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Peace. Hey, y'all, I forgot one thing. Brownwood brought gifts. We find out in a flashback, she asked Lisa, can she bring a gift? She's like, no, I have gifts. That's being taken care of. But then she brought gifts, I guess like passports or whatever. What are you doing, Brownwood? Don't embarrass me like this. What is going on? Don't do this. Learn from this and stop it.